Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are an oldie but a goodie, you know how we do. My name is Candace and I do all things lifestyle, family, beauty, fashion, and so much more on this channel. So like I stated in my previous video, I am currently expecting. We are super excited. This is baby number 4 and we're still over the moon trying to figure out how we're going to do this parenting thing with 4 kids, but we're really excited and we cannot wait for baby girl to get here. So guys, I am currently 20 weeks and 3 days. I am in my 2nd trimester and I am absolutely loving it. I have all of my energy back and I am starting to feel baby move. So I'm really excited. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my symptoms in the 1st trimester. I'm gonna go weekly with these symptom videos, but I wanna share with you guys the symptoms that I've had in my 1st trimester, going from 0 to 4 weeks, 5 to 9 weeks, and so on. So in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys my 0 to 4 week symptoms and how I found out I was pregnant, or how I knew I was pregnant before even taking a test. So I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last video announcing my pregnancy, but I did lose 2 babies after my husband and I got married. We have he's almost 17. We have a 16-year-old son, and we got married when he was 2. And then right after we got married, about 9 months later, we ended up getting pregnant and we lost that baby. About 1 year and 10 months later, we got pregnant and lost that baby as well. So for 7 years after our last loss, we were not able to get pregnant. And that is because I do not have regular cycles. I started to become regular when I started to go through a weight loss journey right before having my oldest daughter. And that's how I ended up pregnant with her. Going through the weight loss and getting my body together, I was able to have her naturally. So I was able to conceive her naturally. And that's just what that is. So now that I've been able to have multiple children after loss and after 7 years of infertility, I am now regular, but my cycle does change every 6 to 7 months, which is still very weird because when I get around that time, I always end up thinking that I'm pregnant. So my cycle would literally change from the beginning of the month to the middle of the month to the end of the month. And sometimes it could be a little startling because it's like, wait a minute, is my period late? Is it not coming at all? Am I going back to being irregular? Like, what is going on? So this time around, I knew that I was pregnant because my period was extremely late. It was extremely later than it has been, and it really was not time to change, but I thought maybe it was changing, but it just wasn't that time yet. It was not that time. It just wasn't. So I knew that I was pregnant before taking a test because my body was achy, the nausea was there, and it was very early on. So for me to be nauseous around the time that my period should be coming was very weird. And this is why I say it was weird, because normally when I know that my period is coming, I would feel pregnancy-like symptoms like the nausea, the tender boobs, the little mini cramps here and there the week before my period comes. But because it was not time to change, I was noticing the achiness and the tenderness in my boobs, the achiness in my abdomen, and the nausea on the day that I should have gotten it. So I'm like, wait a minute, like I should be getting my period this week. I really should be getting it today. Why do I still feel these symptoms? That is how I knew it was time to take a test and that my period was not just changing. So 0 to 4 weeks, the symptoms were very extreme. They say, and I know it's an old wives' tale, but it may be true because they say the more children you have, the quicker you start to show, the worse your symptoms are than the previous pregnancies. And like you just get bigger earlier. So I did start to show as soon as I found out I was pregnant. I felt like my stomach just started popping out, and I'm not a small girl, so we all know that I have a bit of a belly, but it was going down because I was on a weight loss journey again, and I felt like I was showing instantly. But like I said, I had tender boobs, I had nausea, I had achiness and crampiness in my lower abdomen. Is that a word? I had cramping in my lower abdomen and I did not feel good. So one day I was taking my mom and dad a little present that I got them, and that entire day I was feeling like I did when I was pregnant with Anaya. You know, a couple of days before taking a test with her, I was not feeling well. Eating didn't help. Drinking ginger ale didn't help. I was completely nauseated, lightheaded, did not feel well at all, and found out I was pregnant. I was feeling the same exact way. So that night, and if you guys know, I was on a weight loss journey and it was time for me to take my Zepbound shot. So I didn't want to take it before taking a test, and I didn't want to inject the medication without taking the test because, you know, there's not that much information about those medications yet, and I did not want to harm this baby. So I said, let me take the test before doing it, and I did that, as you guys saw in the last video, and if you didn't, go ahead back and watch it. I ended up pregnant, so I did not take the Zepbound shot at all. So those symptoms were an indication that I was pregnant. So 0 to 4 months, again, I felt the tenderness in my boobs, the crampiness. I felt the cramping in my stomach, and the nausea was extremely heavy. Around 5 weeks, it did disappear, but I'll do another video to share with you guys my 5 to 9 week symptoms because it got crazy. Now, 0 to 4 weeks, I really don't think that there was much else to say. It was just let me find out if I'm pregnant because I feel it. I was too early on to really feel many symptoms, but I feel like when you are pregnant and your body's trying to tell you early on, those symptoms come and then they stop for a minute. They take a pause and they stop, and then it comes back full force in about 2 to 3 weeks later. So not really much that I can say about the 0 to 4 weeks. It's just that those little symptoms prior to taking the test is how I knew. And I also wanted to mention that, a lot of people think that when plus size women get pregnant, that their symptoms are different than average size women, and they're not. I hear like crazy the short of breath, the crampiness, the achiness in the back and things like that. That's coming from average size women. So our symptoms are not different compared to average size women. So I just want to put that's a disclaimer. I just want to put that out there, is that all symptoms are the same. I mean, not everybody has the same symptoms, but an average size woman versus a plus size woman's symptoms are no different. Like, yes, I'm short of breath, but it's not because I'm, completely out of shape. It's because that's a symptom of pregnancy, and things like that. So I just had to put that out there because, I'm getting a lot of people saying, I'm concerned about your weight. Well, we all are. And it's a lot to go into being a plus size woman, being pregnant, because I'm considered high risk. But there's a lot more average size women out here experiencing things that people are expecting plus size women to experience. And majority of the time, as a plus size woman, we're not experiencing half of what the average size women are experiencing. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to point that out because it really is a crazy stereotype that Plus size women do not experience pregnancy the same, and that's just not true. As of lately, I know there's a lot of pregnancies going on in 2025. I think 2025 is the year of baby. So I just wanted to point that out, that, you know, please get rid of that stereotype. If you hear me talking and I'm out of breath, it's because I'm carrying a baby. It really has nothing to do with my weight, because I was on a weight loss journey prior to this. I still eat healthy for the most part. And, you know, I walk as much as I can because I have an achy back. This baby and my other two little girls, my sciatic nerve has, you know, been kicking my butt. And that is a symptom of pregnancy. You can ask anybody. All right, y'all. So that is all I have for you guys for the 0 to 4 weeks. Come back for 5 to 9 weeks so I can give you guys the real of how real this pregnancy started to get when I hit 5 weeks. All right, y'all. So if you haven't already, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. I would love to have you, and come back for more. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.